Alrighty, folks, winding it down at the end of the year. But as far as new releases go, although this one came out pretty early on, in maybe April or something. Storm Spell Records. This is Blade's Edge, The Fate's Key. New wave of traditional heavy metal. This is a one-man band out of Ecuador. I think he's cracked. That's not good. Or was it just not on there very well? Maybe I wasn't holding it right. There we go. Back on track. Yeah, so this is a one-man band out of Ecuador. The guy goes by the name of Sage Zavage. Savage with a Z, Zavage. I'm guessing maybe it could be Zavage. And yeah, he does all the vocals, all the instruments, although there is a lot of gang vocals on here, gang choruses. With a girl, I'm guessing her name is Malik's, who does all the backing vocals on here. And he's with her in another band too. He's in several bands, but I think the other band that they're in together is called Bitter Velvet, and he plays all the instruments on that group, but she does all the lead vocals. So yeah, this is their debut album. They had a formed in 2019, EP released in 2021, a split release in 2022 with another band that he's in, which he just plays guitars in that one. I'm drawing a blank. Curse Breaker, maybe. Then a single released in 2023, and here we have this debut in 2025. So it starts off with a spoken word called Orbit Light intro before kicking into Hollow Gratitudes. Good 80s inspired riff on this one. Very 80s glam inspired guitar and gang chorus in this one. This album is heavy on the 80s glam influence, which kind of shocking from the album cover and the band name and the album title. You wouldn't think that there's going to be a lot of 80s glam influence in this, but there is. So Bright and Yearning is your next one. It's a faster tune with some speedy riffing. Really catchy gang chorus in this one. Really nice guitar work throughout the entire song. He's got, unlike most one-man bands, this guy actually has a pretty good voice, and he can hit some pretty high notes. He's got a little grit in his voice, but sometimes he has a little nasally tone in his voice too, but I think that's when he's probably trying to sing in a tone that doesn't really suit his voice. But overall, he has a really good voice, and he can really hit some high notes. Her Sacrifice builds from this slow intro into a mid-paced cruncher. Then you get a breakdown that comes complete with Spanish guitar and even hand claps. And then before that builds into this smoking solo that has hints of Yngwie in it. In the second half of the song brings back the catchy gang chorus. And I say gang chorus. Gang chorus is different to me than gang vocals. Gang vocals is more just like shouting, chanting. These are gang choruses where, where they're actually singing. A Beast Under the Moonlight, very mellow verses. They pick up for the pre-chorus and then pick up even more for the chorus itself. The song is heavily drenched in 80s camp. Midnight Desire is your next one. This has a pretty cool keyboard intro that lends itself into another speedy riff. Sage is really pushing the grit on his voice again in this one. It does have a pretty paint by numbers 80s chorus though. The song's saved though by some smoke and fretwork. You get hints of Randy Rhoads and Judas Priest in the guitar soloing on this track. Your next one is called Vitrium Una de Crista, little 30-second acoustic interlude. And that acoustic melancholia carries over into Rebirth and Sorrow. Then you get some tasty guitar that pushes the song into a more classic glam paced type pacing. Sage on this track, he just sounds like he's trying to channel a little bit of Sebastian Bach in his voice here, and then he's the guitar solo. You get hints of Vito Bratta, hints of Randy, and hints of Yngwie in this track. Voice in My Head is your next one. The riff sounds like it came straight off of Bark at the Moon album, with some dashes of Zakk Wylde pinch harmonics thrown in for good measure. Another really catchy gang chorus in this one, and you get a good fiery guitar solo in this one that even brings in the cowbell. Then your title track, The Fates Key, closes out the regular album. Good speedy number that features more impressive guitar playing. And then you have the bonus track, a demo from 2020 called Cry Out. Not much drop off in the production as far as it being a demo. It is a slower paced tune with some with a pretty good chorus. More Yngwie inspired soloing with hints of Jakey Lee thrown in for good measure. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a 7.9 out of 10. The guitar works really good. I don't know if the dude has his own identity, but he can definitely play. He's got, like I said, he's got a really good voice. He can hit those high notes. Sometimes you can throw the grit in there. Like I said, there's sometimes when he tries to sing in a more lower register, and that comes off a little nasally, but overall he can sing really well. He's also a really good drummer. The thing that holds this back a little bit, and it's all on me, is that you know, it's so drenched in 80s glam. The sounds, the soloing, the singing, the choruses, and as somebody who lived through all that, that sound is very much of its time. And that time was pretty much past for me. Now, if you're somebody who wasn't around then and digs all this stuff, you might rate this album a lot higher. But for me, it was still really solid. Really, the guy's obviously a really talented musician. Usually there's a pretty glaring weakness on these one-man bands, whether it be the drumming or guitar soloing or vocals. But he's pretty strong all the way across the board. So that's Blade's Edge, The Fates Key, 7.9 out of 10. You guys have a good one.